Hello and welcome back to Rephotography. So I'm planning a visit to Bordeaux, a city that I've never been to before, and I intend to do some hyperlong exposure rephotography there. So I thought we'd go through the stages in terms of the preparation, the photography, and then the post-processing. So today I'd like to go through the preparation process. Okay, so there are three phases for the hyperlong exposure photography: the preparation, the photography itself, and then the post-processing. So here we're looking purely at the preparation. So the first step obviously is to choose the location, which I've chosen. I'm heading to Bordeaux. So now I want to look for which historical buildings are still evident within Bordeaux. And for that, I'm going to use a variety of AI tools. And I've started to look at using Gemini, which is a Google application. So if you type in gemini.google.com, you'll find this. You just simply type into that which historical buildings exist in whichever town you're going into. ChatGPT is another option. I've used this as well fairly successfully. And the third one is Claude. So I actually currently am using all three of them just to compare the results and then determine which 20, I'm aiming for 20 historical buildings here, which 20 buildings I should visit within Bordeaux. Based on the output from those three AI tools, I'm then going to make a listing, and here's a typical example. I think this came from ChatGPT, of what you might be presented, giving some details on the buildings itself. Next, we want to look at actually finding images, old photographs, old postcards of these buildings. So I've already contacted the town hall, I've contacted the tourist office and asked them if archives are available for Bordeaux. They were, and I found several images that I wish to rephotograph. But also I'm going to look on postcard sale sites, and either you can obtain a copy of those images if you request them, or you can purchase the postcards. So now I have a set of postcards that I wish to rephotograph. I'm going to go through those postcards and then decide which ones I want to focus on, which are my goals for this particular visit. Next, I want to plan the most efficient route as I'm going around town. I'm going to be going around by foot, and you don't want to take a haphazard approach. You'll be walking all day and you'll find you've missed half the sites. So I've actually tried using AI to give me the most efficient route, and you can see here this is the route that I was presented with, and I hadn't even completed all the various sites I intended to visit. As you can see, it's not a very efficient route. When I did this manually, this is what I was able to create. So you can see here, visiting Bordeaux, visiting the 20 sites I intend to visit, it's a walk of 2 hours. That's going to be a good walk, but it's something maybe I can do in 1 or 2 days. So now I've prepared the route. I know the order of the buildings in which I intend to visit. What you need to do is now organize your images into folders, each folder representing one building, and then organize the folders such that it follows the order you intend to visit. You'll find that when you're on site and when you have these images in your tablet, having it organized again is going to save you so much time. But also I've found that if I don't take this approach when I come back, I find I've missed several buildings simply because I had so many postcards I wished to do and I wasn't really sure where those postcards were. So I organize my images, my folders, before I then go to the next step, which is uploading them to the tablet. Now you've got all your images, your folders in your tablet, you're ready to go. The next step, go and enjoy your photography. So that covers everything in terms of my preparation for my visit to Bordeaux to do my hyperlong exposure for photography. When I'm actually in Bordeaux, I'm going to be videoing various sites as I show you how I go through the process of actually doing my photography. So I'll share that with you when I return. And then following that, there'll be a subsequent video showing you how I do the reprocessing for these videos. So I hope you'll join me there. I hope you found this beneficial, and I look forward to sharing details with you on my return. Thanks and goodbye.